Hi, this is a video to explain weeks 13 and 14. Yes, you heard me right. This is a 2-week module. I know with Thanksgiving being next week, you may not have enough time to work and complete learning modules, so I'm extending the work over the following week. So you'll have 2 weeks to work on it. If you complete everything in the first week, by all means, work on your assignments, go back to work that might not have been completed. You're welcome to submit anything. And I take all of your work, even if it might be late. So work on extra work if you have time. If you don't panic, don't worry, just complete the activities for this week. There's a little bit more, I think, than just 1 week's worth of work here, but just a little bit more. You will see that I made some changes along the way to make it a little bit easier for you, I think. So the first activity you've already completed, or you are completing as you listen to me in this video. The second activity is the social emotional learning activity that we've had, I think, for almost every single week. And this week you're going to complete the social emotional learning post survey. When you click on this link here, you will say, wow, I've already done this survey. Yes, you did the survey as a pre-survey at the beginning. Now I want to see how your responses might be different from they were at the beginning. You might want to take out your social, emotional, cultural anchor competency framework, because you might want to refer to that while you're completing the work, but I'd like you to complete the survey. I do want to say thank you for being a part of my study. If you felt you did not want to be it, please send me an email to let me know that you don't want to be a part of the survey, and I can remove most of your work. I won't be able to remove your pre-survey or post-survey because that's totally anonymous, and I created it that way so I did not have any identification of which students completed what work. So please know that. But if you don't want your weekly work in my study, just let me know that. But I'm hoping you'll consider it. It's completely anonymous. Any reader will know that I'm from the University of Laverne, and then in that I reference it's my students, but they won't know who individually are my students. So you don't have to worry about your responses or whether they were appropriate in regards to the anchor competencies or not, or for social emotional learning. So don't worry about that. But you could just send me an email. And again, I appreciate the work you've done this semester, and thank you for doing that. As I said earlier, I think I said earlier, the topics this week are historical fiction and read aloud, our last 2 topics for the semester. And in thinking about historical fiction, I'd like you to view these 2 authors and their videos. Let me see if I can bring this down a little bit here so that you can see better. And I want you to respond to these questions. And I want you to do it as part of your group work. I know I have it in the independent or the individual work because I want you to view the videos on your own. But this week, to make work a little bit lighter, I'd like you to talk about your responses to these questions in your group work, because you'll notice that you'll be creating a video of your responses to some articles in the group work. So you'll have some articles and you'll have these 2 videos from these authors. And some of the questions that you're going to be responding to are what makes these authors so passionate about historical fiction? What ignites this passion within these authors to write historical fiction? And what do they have to offer future writers or readers of historical fiction? Please make reference to what the authors comment on in the videos, and you will discuss these questions again after viewing the videos with your group this week in the group video. The other topic, as I mentioned before, is read aloud. And read aloud is really important to stress to parents because many parents don't take the time out to read aloud. And it's not that they don't want to. Sometimes they just don't know that they should. Sometimes they just have so much in their days. And it's not that they don't want to, but you can encourage read alouds, and you can encourage them to learn more about read alouds by sending home a link to a read aloud website, or you could copy part of some information and some ideas for parents to help them out so that they can be more effective in their read alouds. So what I want you to do this week is to select 2 of the following websites below here, or any two Read Aloud websites that you may have come across before and that you like. And I want you to compare and contrast both of those websites. Which website offers the best information about read alouds? Which one would you use as a classroom teacher? Is there one you would refer parents needing more information about read aloud? Why did you select that website? Is there any information missing? Is there anything you wish wish had been added to that website? You're going to post your response in this Dropbox, and you're going to comment on one of your colleagues' postings. And talking about Read Aloud, I want you to take a look at an excerpt from the Jim Trelease Read Aloud website. Jim Trelease happens to be the guru for Read Aloud. He's written several books on that. If we had time and we were in a hybrid class, you'd be viewing one of his books, but at least you can look at the website and the excerpts. You can look at some chapters from the book on his website. So you're going to select one of those chapters from Jim Trelease's book on Read Aloud that's on the website here, and create a summary or reflection incorporating any ideas that resonate with you as you read the chapter excerpt. You're going to post this summary reflection in this Dropbox, and you're going to comment on two of your colleagues' postings of chapters that are different from the one you selected. Share how your colleague's summary reflection relates to what you read and wrote. And the last but not least independent activity this week is you're going to read both chapters 11 and 12 in the textbook. Both of these chapters discuss so many ideas to use literature within your instruction. So you're going to select the chapter of the grade you might want to teach. One talks more about primary, one's more intermediate, middle schoolish, that type. So pick the chapter that you have the most interest in teaching. Write at least 10 ideas that chapter offers to infuse literature in your instruction. There are ideas within ideas in each chapter, so post these ideas in this Dropbox. And that is your independent and a little bit of your group work this week. I'm going to click on the group work folder. And what you will do this week is read two articles. And I will scroll down. And they are below here. You're going to read the Hornbook Magazine article, Writing Backward, Modern Models in Historical Fiction. And you're going to also read, Was the Pope Old? You're going to discuss both of these articles in all of your conversation, discussion about historical fiction. You're going to look at the accuracy of historical fiction for children and problems with historical revisionism. You're going to discuss the particular cases that this author presents. And you're also going to discuss whether you agree that fiction can and should outweigh historical when it comes to historical fiction. And you're going to think about accuracy in the historical fiction. And the articles are posted right below here. You will see those. And that's your group work this week. You have one other activity, and that is to complete the author study that you will see in this folder here. There'll be two activities, as they've been in the last 2 weeks, and a video to view as well. And that's the work. It seems like it's a lot, but when you look at it, several of them is just watching videos, and then it is reading a couple articles and not having to respond to the articles by writing. It's just you're going to create a video with your group. So your group will have to communicate a little bit to find a time when all of you can get together. The video does not have to be long, anywhere from 10 to half an hour at the most. If you're really chatty, it can be longer. You're going to post that video in the group folder this week. And that's the work for weeks 13 and 14. I want to wish you a very happy Thanksgiving. I know it may look a little different this year, and we may not be able to get together with all of our family members as we have in the past. But believe me, I firmly believe better days are ahead of us. That vaccine will come out, and we'll be able to return to what might be a new normal, but at least it'll be something that we recognize is something that we don't know. So take care. Have a great 2 weeks. Always remember, if you need me, I will still have office hours, and you can also contact me to meet with you anytime you need, or just email me or message me here. Otherwise, I'll see you online. Take care.